Hi everyone, let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to explain what you do to your family and friends and gotten a blank look? Or is fear holding you and your online business back right now? Now, if you answered yes to either of those, you're going to love this month's free newsletter. How do you get a copy? Head on over to writecom.com now. And by the way, if you want to make more money with your online business, you are going to love our coffee bean money making idea inside. So head over to Writecom, that's WRITECOME.com, and you'll find the newsletter waiting for you over there. Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very welcome to today's podcast episode from writecom.com. And today's podcast episode is entitled, Your Problem Isn't Your How To, It's Your Why To. You know, no one's making me, standing over me right now, putting a gun to my head and saying, Barry, you need to record a podcast episode today. No one forced me to write my email yesterday. No one forced me to record the series of videos I did over the weekend. Nobody forced me to write my blog post. Now, this isn't me bigging myself up saying, oh, you did all these amazing things. No, what I want you to take from this is that nobody forced me to do that. Everything I did it myself. I wasn't relying on anyone. I knew there was a thing that had to be done. I showed up and I did the thing. I knew I had to record a podcast episode today, so I recorded a podcast episode today. So what I want you to think about is who is keeping you in line? Who is making you do the thing that you should be doing? You know, are you doing it yourself? Are you self-motivated? Or are you relying on someone else? Because when you put someone else in charge of your success, what if that person doesn't show up? You know, for example, if you and I were decided, well, we are going to walk together to lose weight, and I am sitting at home and relying on you. So I'm relying on you to turn up every day to motivate me, to take me out and to make us go for the walk. But what if you don't show up today? And I'm sitting at home and I'm saying to myself, well, they didn't show up today. Screw it. I'll wait until tomorrow. The reason I didn't go for my walk today was because they let me down. Instead of saying to myself, okay, they didn't show up today, I'll just go for my walk. I'll do the thing I should be doing because I know it's going to get me closer to my goal. But a lot of people, unfortunately, are like that. They are putting the responsibility on someone else. You know, if someone doesn't motivate me today, well, then I'm not going to write. You know, one of the things that used to aggravate the hell out of me about Twitter a couple of years back was when I was in my fiction world and hanging out with fiction writers, and I would see someone post on Twitter, I would love to write today, but I'm just not motivated. Would somebody send me a tweet that will motivate me to write today? And I used to read that tweet and I used to say to myself, is this person for real? Do they really think that, you know, all of us are motivated every day to do the work? That every day we sit down at the keyboard and we are just singing zippity doo dah and, you know, we're typing out our words. Now, some people, maybe that is the way it is. But for a lot of us, again, if you've ever written fiction, you know that if you are going to write a fiction book, it means you have to sit down on days you probably aren't happy to do writing. The sun's shining, the kids want to go somewhere, there's something on, but you know you need to sit down because you need to put out your 2,000 words a day. Because you know if you do the words every single day, it means the book is going to get finished a lot faster. It means you can get it out there, but you're going to get that book done. And you're not relying on someone to send you a tweet or to send you something on Instagram or to send you a kind of a thumbs up or hang in there kitty or something like that. You know that if the book needs to be written, well then it's up to you to do the job. So I was listening recently to something that the great Ray Edwards said on his podcast, which I thought would probably help you out. Maybe if you are someone who isn't self-motivated, someone who is buying product after product because they're trying to fill their head with full of how-tos. But as Ray said in his podcast episode, the next book is probably not going to help you. The next training course is probably not going to help you. The next coaching program you sign up for is probably not going to help you because your problem isn't your how to, it's your why to. Why are you doing the thing that you are doing? Now, maybe you haven't given it much consideration, but maybe it's time to do that. You know, maybe it's time just to get a piece of paper right now and write down in capital letters or bold, I don't care, put it somewhere. The reason I am doing this thing is for this reason. Now, I want you to look at that reason and I want you to think to yourself, if this reason is big enough, if this is a reason that I really, really want, is it stronger than me getting over being uncomfortable doing a podcast? Is it more than me being comfortable sitting down and recording a video for YouTube or TikTok? Is it more than me being comfortable sitting down for an hour or so right now and writing a blog post? And if it's not more than those things, well then the podcast episode, blog post, videos, they'll never get done, because in your mind your why to is a lot smaller than those big things. Now my why to is a lot bigger than the reason I am recording this podcast. So even though I am a little bit rusty and getting back into it again, there's nobody standing over my head making me record this podcast episode, because I want to do it, because my why to is the thing that is powering me. And again too, I see sometimes people say, oh, I would love to do the thing that you were doing, but how do I install WordPress, or how do I come up with blog ideas, or how do I do a TikTok video, or how do I record a podcast? I would love to help those people out, but sometimes some of that information is already on YouTube. It's already just a Google search away. But some of those people, unfortunately, won't put the effort in. They won't do the Google search. Just find out the basics and then ask for help on top of that. But no, they'll say, it's too hard, I couldn't do it. And the reason they couldn't do it wasn't because of the how to, it was the why to. They hadn't a good enough why to. So that's what I want you to think about right now. Whatever you're doing, what is your why to? Like, why are you doing the thing that you are doing? Because as I said before, if you are relying on someone else, if you are relying on me to motivate you or inspire you or to give you words of encouragement, that's all good and well. I'm here to do that. But at the end of the day, what happens if I don't show up in a podcast episode? What happens if, God forbid, I'm not here anymore? Who's going to motivate you then? Are you going to say, well, the reason I didn't do the thing that I wanted to do was because Barry's no longer here to do that thing? And I don't want you pinning all that on me. So if you are relying on other people, it's not really a good place to be. You need to self-motivate yourself. You need to get to a point where you will do the thing, you sit down or you record the thing, but the thing gets done. Because at the end of the day, if you're relying on someone else, well, unfortunately, it's not going to work out. So what you should do today is have a look at your why to, because your why to is going to be carry you over all the how to's. It's going to help you get over all those uncomfortable moments. It's going to keep you in the seat doing the thing that you need to do, because you know why you're there doing that thing. So as always, have a lovely day. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you'd like more from the rightcome.com podcast, be sure to subscribe now for more tips, tricks, and ideas you can use to make more money from your words. See you in the next episode.